And this is actually automatically triggering a quarantine for things that are defined to be requiring quality control. So here I can see the past things that I have received pending quality control. It could be manufactured items. It could be purchased items. Notice how I could assign it to different teams. So let's just say I want to process one of this here. So I would go to the quality control transaction, QC purchasing, and select, let's say, the last record over there. So this is now PO 30, receipt 90, posted when, for how many. And I can indicate here the final decision, whether it's accept, reject, or scrap, for how many. So if we are doing partial QC, we can do that. But if it's per batch, that's also possible. But notice, aside from the QC transaction here, I have here a results tab where I could make it required for the user to indicate the test results. So maybe I have to check the packaging, if it's good or not, check the color, viscosity, density, weight, whatever we want to test as a property of the item. I can have as many test results as I want, all defined on a per QC type basis. So I can have multiple QC types based on item, vendor, or item category. I can also put in attachments. So maybe if the item requires some certification to go with it, images as part of quality control, all of that can be added as an attachment. The end result here is I would then post, and this is now a QC accept, reject, or scrap transaction within Sage. So what we are doing is actually posting a stock transfer from the quarantine location to the good location for raw materials or manufactured items. So this is a very small add-on that we have created for Sage, and you can see that the scope of quality control covers not only purchasing, it's also manufacturing as well as inventory. So if you're doing IC receipts, that would be considered as well. Over time, something maybe that is lot tracked, which is approaching expiry dates, that might require quality control again. So we can generate a new QC batch and then do QC inventory. For things that are manufactured, that would be handled by the QC manufacturing step. And if I open the screen just very quickly, you would see that it is exactly the same screen as that of purchasing. So I won't go through this example anymore, but you can imagine if we are producing on the floor semi-finished goods or finished good products, it would then be quarantined and then QC'd before it would be released to the next step. Lastly, notice that we have also considered returns. So after we have done the QC, whether assuming it was rejected, I could then trigger a PO return from the QC location using the QC purchasing return function. If it was manufactured, then I could use the QC manufacturing return to send the product back to the production floor for possible rework or scrapping.